If you ever hear your name, coming from an abandoned lighthouse, don't answer. Because 3 months ago, I did. And whatever was inside that lighthouse already knew who I was. When I finally saw the thing calling my name, I realized I should have stayed out on the ocean. Intro. My name is Ryan. I've spent most of my life around the water. Fishing, boating, camping. If it involved the ocean, I was there. But there was one place I always avoided. An abandoned lighthouse, standing alone on a small rocky island, nearly 20 miles from the mainland. Every local knew the stories. Boats disappearing nearby, strange lights in the middle of the night, and voices calling people by their names. I never believed any of it. Until one night, my friend Caleb convinced me to go. There were 4 of us. Caleb, Mark, Jenna, and me. We left the marina just before sunset. The ocean was calm. The sky was clear. Everything felt perfect. Then, the lighthouse appeared on the horizon. As we got closer, Jenna suddenly pointed toward the tower. Is that light supposed to be on? At the very top, a faint yellow light flickered. But according to every map, that lighthouse had been abandoned for more than 30 years. Caleb slowed the boat and dropped the anchor. The moment we stepped onto the island, something felt wrong. The water was completely still. There were no birds, no insects, no wind, only silence. A silence so deep, it almost hurt my ears. We started walking toward the lighthouse. Halfway there, I heard it. A soft voice, barely louder than a whisper. Ryan. I stopped walking. The others kept moving. Then it came again. Ryan. This time, it was clearer. The voice was coming from inside the lighthouse. I told my friends. They laughed. Mark said it was probably just the wind. But there was no wind. And somehow, that voice knew my name. When we finally reached the lighthouse, the front door was already open. Not hanging loose. Just waiting. As if someone had been expecting us. We stepped inside. The air smelled damp, old, and rotten. Our flashlight beam swept across the walls. Then Jenna froze. She slowly raised her flashlight. Every wall was covered with scratches. One word, written over and over again. Ryan. 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 Hundreds of times. My stomach dropped. I had never been there before. So, who wrote my name? And more importantly, how did they know it?